Hello and welcome to this video, and today I'm going to be talking about the recent retrack on the big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to explain. So it's basically, the big one is a aerodynamics hypercoaster located at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and it is 213 foot tall, and when it opened it was the tallest roller coaster in the world. Obviously that record has since been taken from the ride after 27 years. Yeah, 27 years. But it is still the tallest coaster in the UK. Well, not for long. But basically, since it's quite old for a roller coaster, most roller coasters when they get to 27 years old are normally reaching the end of their service life. But Blackpool Pleasure Beach, because they know that this is such an iconic roller coaster, they'll want to keep this ride's lifespan, they'll want to extend the ride's lifespan for as long as possible. So that is actually what they have been doing since the 2019-2020 off-season. Basically what they did, right, is they started retracking certain sections of the ride at a time every sort of few years. So the first one they did is they retracked the bottom of the drop that goes underneath the ride's lift hill, and they replaced obviously those bits of track with a different manufacturer, obviously because aerodynamics, the original manufacturer of the ride, went bankrupt years ago. So they replaced that section in the 2019-2020 off season. Then in the 2020-2021 off season they replaced the final airtime hill that takes place just before the final brakes on the ride. And that obviously, every time they do that, it makes the ride experience a lot better and smoother, because guests will complain that it was quite rough before. And in the from the 2021-2022 off season to now, they're pretty much replacing the entirety of the airtime hill before the mid-course brake run. But because this is the biggest retrack that the ride has had so far, it's taken them so long that the ride hasn't actually opened for the 2022 season of Blackpool Pleasure Beach yet. It's taken them that long to replace all the track sections, and I don't even think they've put the new track in yet. They've just taken off all the old sections of track. It's a massive retrack they're doing. It's the biggest one, replacing an entire airtime hill basically. I think the helix as well. And so obviously people are wondering, when is the ride going to be able to open this season, because it's not opened yet. Well, I actually think that there's a bit more to it than just replacing an airtime hill, because you see, back in December 2021, Thorpe Park announced Project Exodus, which they said is going to be the tallest roller coaster in the UK, and Blackpool Pleasure Beach were shocked by this announcement. So I think their plan is to basically demolish the big one, rebuild it all over again, but this time they're going to make it into a giga coaster, so they can keep the title for the UK's tallest roller coaster. Well, I'm thinking that if they manage to get the track put in time and they're able to test it, I'm thinking that they could open it for April, May time, like Easter, or around Easter time. I'm thinking that they could do that, because if they do it quick enough, I mean, I've obviously seen the latest updates and they still haven't put in the new track yet, but when they do, if they do it in time, I'm thinking they might be able to open it for Easter holidays, because obviously people really want to ride this ride because it's beloved by fans so much, even though it's quite rough. We can't really blame them for that, because it's quite an old coaster, but guests are really waiting for this ride to reopen, and I actually can't wait for it to reopen either, because I really want to go on this ride for the first time, hopefully this season. So I'm hoping it'll be able to go on it by the time I go. Obviously that's what I'm thinking, like around Easter time. At this rate, that's probably the most realistic time they could finish it. I mean, obviously, if they don't get the track sections replaced in that time, I'd say it'll probably be around summer, like May or June or even July time. At this rate, I don't know. But obviously, I think their goal is to retrack the entirety of the ride, apart from obviously the lift hill. So that's going to take quite a few years. They haven't done the turnaround section yet, like the massive one that goes over the park entrance, and they've not replaced most of the major airtime hills yet. So this retrack is going to take quite a few years, but if this is the biggest retrack, I'm thinking that the retracks are just going to get bigger and bigger over the next few years, until they'll probably will have fully retracked the ride before 2025. That's what I'm predicting. But until then, I'm thinking that the ride will open this season for the Easter holidays. So yeah, I want to thank you all very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you would like to see in the next video. Bye!